Hello friends, in this video we are going to talk about only and only Adani, and it may impact the share price of Adani shares. So let's discuss that. So here you can see there is one article which says Adani World Tour seeks to win back debt investors' faith. So what Adani is doing is Adani is doing a roadshow in Singapore and in Hong Kong. So today is 27th and today they are doing a roadshow in Singapore. The roadshow is nothing but to attract the investors, and you can see that about a dozen global banks will help host the investors meeting at Singapore Capital Kempinski Hotel on Monday, which is today, and Gautam Adani will hold meeting in Hong Kong at Barclays PLC office on Tuesday and Wednesday. So one thing to notice here is that obviously they are trying to get out of the situation that they have been into because of the Hindenburg research, and the fact that they are doing the roadshow in Singapore and Hong Kong. This in somewhat ways gives a hint that maybe there are some investors who are willing to invest in Adani, because otherwise it will not make sense for Adani to publicize that they are doing a roadshow in Singapore and Hong Kong where they are trying to attract the investors. Just think about a scenario where they have made this announcement and it has come in the news, and when they do the roadshow in Singapore and Hong Kong, then they get zero investors from that. It will be very, very disastrous for Adani. Any which ways they are struggling right now, and I am sure they do not want to add insult to the injury. So with this roadshow, I am hoping they will get some investors, and what will happen after that is we might, I'm using the word might, we might see some movement in the Adani shares. And please note, this is not a buying recommendation. I'm just telling you what I think might happen. What I'm doing in Adani share right now is the same thing which I was doing earlier also before Hindenburg news. That is, I'm staying away from Adani shares. I do not want to lose my sleep by investing in Adani's company. Even if they go up from here and give a return of 1000%, I am not willing to invest in Adani's company. Because even if this happens, they get some investors, it might go up for some days, but again I think it will start falling, because this is going to be a big issue and it is not going to close so soon. We are approaching elections and the opposition will use this topic and raise it again and again. So this is going to stay for some time now. My advice would be, do not be greedy. It is not a falling knife right now, it has become a falling rocket right now. And there is a possibility that Adani share may go up also. But why do you have to take so much risk in making money? There are other companies which are fundamentally strong, which are market leaders, which are currently available at such attractive discounts. Try to invest in those companies and try to stay away from Adani companies. Follow the news. It is good to know what is happening. But in the fight of two bulls, do not try to ride on one, because the chances of you getting hurt are very, very high. It is always safe to watch it from a safe distance. This is what I am doing. I don't know what you guys are doing, but if you have invested in Adani share, then you are a very, very huge risk taker. One more news which has recently come is that JP Morgan investment arms purchased its ESG funds of Adani stocks. So let's look at the news. And here you can see that they have offloaded more than 70,000 shares in the cement manufacturer ACC Limited, exiting a stake it held since May 2021. And this has happened after the publication of the Hindenburg report. So the trouble for Adani Group is not ending at all, and I don't think, as I mentioned earlier, it is going to end very soon. It is going to be there for a very long time now. And because of the Adani Group, we know that there is an impact on LIC also, because LIC have exposure to Adani companies. And you can see that LIC share price tanks 17% in a month. Shareholding value in Adani stocks drops to 48,000 crores. So it's obviously a very sad thing, because in LIC, although you may not have purchased LIC shares, but there are a lot of people who have LIC policy, and ultimately it's their money which gets invested in Adani companies. But LIC as a company does not have to worry too much, because it's a giant. Even if it loses this money, they won't have any impact, because it's very, very huge. So do not worry about your money. Your money is still safe with LIC. But I'm just saying that this is what happens whenever there is a problem, whenever there is a scam or something of that sort. I'm not saying that the Adani group of companies are going through a scam, or there is a scam for sure. But whenever there are news, you will see that always and always there are mostly PSU companies involved in it. Either it will be PSU banks, or you will see these type of companies. And there is one more news which has come recently, that Adani Group's in talks for 400 million debt against Australian coal port assets. And they will have to do that because they need money. Otherwise, it will become very, very difficult for Adani Group to survive. Now they will have to raise money in any way or form. Either they will get debt against some assets, or they will have to sell some of their assets and get the cash in so that they can survive. Because otherwise now it is becoming very, very difficult for Adani Group. But let's see the roadshow which is happening right now in Singapore and which will happen in Hong Kong. I think there might be some good news for Adani Group. So let's wait and watch. But till then, my advice will only be to stay away and watch it from a distance. But in case if you still want to buy Adani share, you will not listen to anyone, you just want to buy because they are looking very attractive right now and you think it is going to bounce back and it is going to go to its previous value, then if you want to play that gamble, then invest very small portion which you are willing to lose. Invest by thinking that this is going to become zero. And in case if that becomes zero, then obviously it should not impact you. But in case if it bounces back after some positive news, then whenever you are getting some profit, I would advise to book it and sit with it. But these are all my views. Please do your own research and study, and then only take any buying or selling decision. So that's all in today's video. We'll meet in the next video with some more information. Thank you.